enjoy your dinner?
Yes.
Good. Thank you to Classic Catering for that. Just want to make sure. I don't like holding a microphone when I talk, so I'm old-fashioned with the stand. Sorry, that's weird a little bit. All right. My name's Stephanie Atha. I'm the executive director at Choose Hope Women's Center. And thank you for joining us tonight. It's a privilege to stand here before you, not only to talk about the work that is being done at Choose Hope, but to also reflect on how we can continue shining light in the midst of darkness, especially regarding the issue of abortion. As we find ourselves in the heart of another election season, it's impossible to escape the barrage of claims, promises, and information that was surrounding us. In fact, sometimes it's hard to know what to believe. I will say, thank you, Big Frank, for giving us that inside look into that whole democratic process. And just, I read your book, but even hearing it from you meant so much more. I loved hearing about the different people, and then just, I think us not being in that, whole democratic process and with those representatives, it's easy to be like, oh, that person's terrible, they voted for that, but they're a person too, and so you really humanized it for me, so thank you for that. So fact-checking is kind of a buzzword today, not only in politics, but also even in our everyday lives. Fact-checking means taking the time to separate truth from fiction, to sift through the noise and find what's real. So tonight, I'd like you to join me in some fact-checking. We're going to be talking, though, about abortion and pregnancy centers. Let's start with an easy one, all right? You ready? Is this a fact? Since the decision that overturned Roe versus Wade, abortions have decreased in our country and in our state. Is that a fact? Now, new findings from the monthly abortion provision study show that an estimated 1,037,000 abortions occurred in the U.S. healthcare system in 2023. This marks an 11% increase since 2020, the last year that comprehensive estimates were available. In fact, since the Dobbs decision just 2 years ago, Planned Parenthood clinics across Maryland have seen a 40% increase in patients. Even more alarming, 13% of these patients are coming from out of state. The Guttmacher Institute estimates that over 38,000 abortions were performed in Maryland alone last year, with more than 4,000 of those on women who traveled to our state from other states. That's 104 abortions every day in Maryland, or nearly 9 per hour when you consider a generous 12-hour workday. And because Maryland does not require mandatory reporting, these numbers are almost certainly low. The fact is that abortions have greatly increased in Maryland and in the US over the last 2 years. Here's another one. I get this a lot. If women would just get on birth control, there would be no unplanned pregnancies. Is it a fact? Well, let me tell you a story. Spanish-speaking Maria recently came to our center. She was concerned because she thought she might be newly pregnant. According to her information, we suspected that she would be about 6 weeks along. With the help of one of our bilingual client advocates and our nurses, Maria received a free ultrasound which showed that she was not 6 weeks along, but 29 weeks along. Maria had been faithfully using contraception the entire time. The vast majority of women who come into our office in an unplanned pregnancy are using some form of contraception. The fact is that no contraception, even if used correctly, is 100% effective. And that doesn't even begin to address the emotional, spiritual, and physical effects of casual sex. All right, here's another one, but I will say this one hurts a little bit. Pregnancy centers are fake clinics. They're pretending to be medical just to lure women into their facility. That fact? Pregnancy Pregnancy medical clinics are held to the highest standard of care and licensure in order to offer medical services. We are overseen by a licensed medical professional, our medical director, a doctor, who in cooperation with our nurse manager, who's here tonight, supervises our medical team, who is all here tonight as well. The process to become a certified medical clinic was very thorough and took our center 14 months to complete. We are HIPAA and OSHA compliant, and our staff maintains the proper certifications. The fact is that Choose Hope Women's Center is a fully operational and well-qualified medical facility and clinic, and we are very proud of the hard work we have done to get there. There are pregnancy centers that are not medical, and they offer self-administered pregnancy tests, material assistance, and emotional support. From 1973 until just last year, we were that kind of a center. In fact, in the last 6 years, Choose Hope has experienced incredible growth. We've changed our name, added affiliations, built a brand new medical clinic to better serve our clients, as well as doubled the size of our staff. Earlier this year, we began offering free ultrasounds, allowing women to see their baby and to hear their baby's heartbeat, a moment that often changes everything. And the results are clear. 17-year-old Carrie came into our office thinking that she was 8 weeks along and looking for an ultrasound. She told her client advocate that all options were on the table, and she didn't know what she was going to do. During her ultrasound, it was determined that Carrie was actually 13 weeks along. And when Carrie saw the image of her growing baby on that screen, she said, "Oh my, that is so beautiful." Carrie left our office ready to go meet her counselor before she went home to tell her parents that she is pregnant and that she wants to keep the baby. Carrie is due any day now, and we are eagerly awaiting the news of her baby girl's arrival. In just the first 10 months of 2024, we've served over 1,300 clients, conducted 123 ultrasounds, witnessed 36 babies born, and had 97 spiritual discussions with our clients. Each of these numbers represents a life, a story, and a moment where God's light has pierced the darkness. We also have plans to make Choose Hope the first center north of the Beltway to offer abortion pill reversal services. And we have a vision to create a mobile medical unit, God willing, where we can offer free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and even abortion pill reversal in neighborhoods and communities all across our area. Next fact check. This one might surprise you. The states with the most abortions are Colorado, Minnesota, and California. Those crazy states, right? Is that a fact? The states with the highest abortion rates in the country are DC, New Jersey, New York, and Maryland. That's right. Maryland has the 4th highest abortion rate in the country. In fact, Maryland is a destination state for late-term abortions, since in Maryland, you can get an abortion all the way up until birth and without parental consent. That's the bill that Big Frank fought so hard against, and so did Ellen. On the website of the closest abortion clinic to us, the first question on their frequently asked questions page is, "Can I use my mother's credit card?" And now, since chemical abortion comprises 70% of all abortions, they proudly advertise that you only need to give them a Maryland address to get the abortion pills overnighted to your door. While all of these statistics can sound very discouraging, there is light and hope within the ministry of Choose Hope Women's Center. If you care about making a difference for life and want to know how to shine your light, the fight is here. This is ground zero. This is where women are coming for abortions. Here in our region is where the majority of abortions are performed, and here is where we can have the greatest light shines brightest in the darkness. The key is keeping our eyes focused on one simple truth. Women are the ones choosing abortion. It's not politicians, it's not abortion lobbyists, not even Planned Parenthood. The greatest impact we can have on reducing abortions in our state is by reaching abortion-minded women and empowering them with education and support to choose life in their most vulnerable moments. And that's exactly what we do at Choose Hope Women's Center. One last fact to check. How about this? I'm only one person. I can't make a difference in the overwhelmingly dark landscape of abortion today. In the midst of vast darkness, we have hope. We are reminded of the words in John 1:5. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Christ's light is more powerful than any darkness we face, including the darkness of abortion. Thankfully, we have bright examples of men and women around us who are beacons of light and hope. Senator Kelly, thank you for not hiding your light under a basket, but for daring to say what few politicians would say today, that all human life has intrinsic God-given value and worth, and that abortion at any stage is wrong. Amen. In fact, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge any public servant here who has stood for life in their time in office. And I know there's a few of you here. Please stand and be recognized. Lauren. So, how do we follow in their example and let our light shine in the darkness of abortion? As reproductive freedom is celebrated in our culture, and as our state prepares to enshrine abortion in our Constitution, it's easy to feel that our light may be small or ineffective. But please, do not underestimate your influence. The wonderful volunteers, supporters, and staff and board members that I get to work with every day on the front lines in our center, while they are extraordinary, they are just like you. In fact, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the light that so many of you in this room are already shining. Can I have help with the lights? I've seen you shine your light. And in those moments, the shadows of gloom disappear. That's what light does. It drives out darkness. I've seen you shine. You're the lady who hosts a Bible study. You're the business leader who opens up a meeting with a time of prayer. You're the member of a nonprofit board. You're the sponsor of 3 kids in Africa through Compassion International. You're the friend who offers to pray for others. You're the sponsor of a Little League baseball team. You're the one who made a meal for a family with a sick mama. You're the driving force behind the building of a new shelter or a new school. You're the listening ear to a friend who is struggling with a relationship. Perhaps you haven't done some of the things that I've mentioned, but I know you've done similar things. And those things bring light into the darkness. Do you know how brightly you shine? Do you know what a difference you make in this world? Do you know how powerful your light is? I wouldn't be honest with you if I didn't acknowledge that at times, this work is hard, very hard. The opposition is fierce, and the path forward isn't always clear, especially as we look towards the upcoming elections. It's hard to counteract the loud and persistent messages that women in unplanned pregnancies are hearing all around them. Messages like, you can't have this baby and finish high school. You can't have a child and go to college and get a good job. You can't manage a promotion with a kid. You're already struggling with 2 children. You can't care for a 3rd. Their message is clear. You can't, you can't, you can't. But I don't buy that. Women are strong. Women are resilient. Women can do hard things. We see it every day. At Choose Hope, we empower women to do what they once thought was impossible. By investing in Choose Hope, you are literally saving lives every day. Your support creates generational impact in this life and the next. The facts speak for themselves. So I leave you with this question. How will you continue to let your light shine? Will you stand with us as we bring the light of Christ into the darkness of abortion? Together, we can make a profound difference. One mom, one baby, one family at a time. Thank you.
And they devalue themselves. And that's why they make a lot of decisions that they normally probably wouldn't. They don't think that they're good enough. They don't think that they deserve this or that. And in our work at the center, I just wanted to pour into them. I just wanted to make sure that they know that